Okay. We are live. Another painting video. Oh, I think this is a bit upside down too much. Should I paint like this? And, yeah. Let me just look this. There we go. Yeah. Oh, this look at an angle. There. Should be fine now. I think the angle is upside down. Yeah. Fix it. Yeah, that's better. So it connects better. Slowly slide to the bottom. Okay, that's better. That's better, yeah. Okay. We're good. So. Okay. There we go. That should be good enough to follow and to see everything right now for change. Normally you could only see like half of it. Now we guys can see the full thing. And I can see you guys write comments right there behind me. So if one of you guys goes online, see, I can see you guys. I can't see how many people are watching though. So well, I can see that. No. There is no way I can see how many people are watching, but I will find out. Okay. Let's get in the row. So first gotta have a little bit more of a varnish layer on this knee here because there is a Adler logo on there and I want to protect that. So I first want to get a little bit of micro soil on there so I can protect this. Oh, you guys can't see it that well. What if I just move it a little bit here? So it's more here. That here. I'm gonna just put a little bit of micro soil in there so it's not visible that it's a logo anymore, and then there's gotta be some varnish over it. Why does micro soil always smell that bad? I think my brush is still a bit too dirty. And that just hit my camera. So there we go. when the micro soil is applied, you get to see those lines a lot less, and then it looks less like it's an actual decal. It's more like it's actually painted on there. Now we're gonna well it dry, so I'm gonna already put on his shoulder pads. Nice and easy. I need to check. I think we need to go along the fur line, so this one goes on. So this one goes here. There we go. And then the other one goes there. Nice and easy. No biggie. And then on the cloak, right here should be able to fit right in between. Oh no, I think it's first cloak, then the two shoulder pads, right? Yeah, I think it's cloak, then the two shoulder pads. They also don't fit. Yeah, it's first cloak, then shoulder pads. Okay. Okay, that shouldn't be a little bit redundant. So let's get a little bit more black on this cloak. Where did it go? Where did my yeah, let's see here. Where did my black go? Table's a bit too crowded, I think. Oh no, here it is. There we go. Put a little bit on the palette. So see palette. Just so you guys can see, it's the Vallejo Game Color Black. You guys know what I'm working with, and we just put a very thin layer over the bits that's missing a bit of paint. Like there. Right there. Very thin layer. The other side I can just paint later on when this side is dried up, but I need to have this side first done, or else I can't get to the other side when it's glued. I can't get to this side when it's glued on there, so let me just put it over there. And just wait with. Yeah, I really can't see how many people are watching. This is annoying. So like no way to like do it like this. How do I know how? So not at all. Okay, thank God. Thank good. Good. Good job, YouTube, not informing me how many people are watching unless I'm looking at the actual camera. That's just great. That's just can't. That's just can't. Okay. Is it like more down here? No, it's like not even down there. Okay. So I'm just gonna have to gamble how many people are watching, and if people are watching at all, which is fine with me, but I would like for Google to inform me if people are actually watching this stream. No. little bit of corn red for flamethrower. I like using corn red a little bit more for it. It helps. If you use like Blood Angels red or something, Visten red, it is a lot less darker, and since this guy is a Chaos Warrior, I would like him to show up a little bit darker. Use a little bit of the darker colors on him than the lighter colors. It's a lot better, I think. So we get some of the corn red on there. There we go. I could just use the front camera and then, I can see how many people are watching. You know what? Let me just do that. This is going to create a little bit of noise, so I'm sorry for that, but I'm just going to use the front camera. Just a second. See how many of you are watching. There we go. There we go. So now I can at least see if more than the laptop that I have on, so I can look at the stream if people are commenting. Then I know that at least more people are watching. Just a second there, I think. Yeah. That's a lot better. So now at least I know a lot more people can be watching. Then I just look at the thing there. So better. Let's see. We were with corn red. I'll get a little bit more corn red on him. Nicely over here. There we go. There we go. And then a bit of Black Templar. Or, yeah, this would mean still contrast by Black Legion. But I think it's right now Black Templar, or Black Templar is a different color. I don't know. It's the old jar at least. For as long as I have it. Let's see. I'll just put a little bit here. A little bit on the handle. So. There we go. Then I can like make the lighter, I can give that like a steel color so it shows a bit more off where the flame can come from. Also, it's a little bit weird that you like paint the part that delivers the gas or the flame. So that needs to be a little bit of lap belch on there. Like that. That's better. Oh, it looks a lot better already. And then when that is done, when that's all dried up, we can nicely paint it in the skull. Hopefully the cloak is already dry. Is it? No, the cloak is not dry already. Let that dry up a little bit more. Let's see. Can we do a little bit more with the skull? Where is my bottom color? There it is. There's my bottom color. So, it's a little bit of Morghast bone. And it does give like a nice old bone effect, which is precisely what we need for this skull. I know normally we've kept like a white skull, but I don't like having a white skull on my figurines, because I like having the bit more dirty old stuff on my figurines. It makes a little bit, it makes it pop a little bit more, you know. So boring white skull, it's not that great, at least in my camp. So there we go. Because glove could use like a thin layer of blood in just red. I think it has a little bit missing. I see like a little bit of black. Okay, right here on this finger. Can't have that. Right here on these fingers as well. So there we go. I'm gonna grab a can to drink. I will see you guys in just a second, okay? Then I'll walk away. So that's better. Okay. So, okay. I'm back. Let's get it on now. So, is that cloak now fully dry? Yeah, the cloak is fully dry. So let's give it a little bit of a dry brush, so I can get later on the blood angel right on there. Just a teensy bit amount. You don't want too much. Get too much, you'll never be able to recover. Okay. Because you can put on less dry brush, but if you put on, then it's fine, then it's still easy recoverable. But if you put on too much white, it's not able to recover. You're not able to recover anything there. So that's better. You see, nicely dry brushed. Now, because it's dry brushing, I can instantly go over it with the red. There we go. Let's see. Get nice deep red coloring in there. Straight out of the pot, so we're gonna go over it another layer so it's a little bit darker in this device, but this is precisely what I want out of it. I'll try a bit so I can show up a little bit darker when I go over the second time. Let's see, is that dry? Yeah, that's dry. So that knee gets some matte varnish over it. Let me see. Ah, there it is. A little bit of varnish. over the knee. And then that knee is a little bit better protected. And then the decal doesn't show up like it's, like an actual decal, then at least, it shows up more like I painted it on there, but I can't paint that well, so it's not really, real painted on there, but it does appear like it's painted on there. So you should be nearly done, but while everything dries, I could just go ahead and build up the second red crochet. Because he is nearly done. While he is getting finished, I can just build up the second one. I can build up the power fist dude. Let me see. Yeah, power fist and like a little gun. So we need, I think, 28, 29, 31, 32. Okay, let's cut those out. Yeah. There's 29. There's 28. There's 31 and 32. There we go. Now, let's see how far this dried up. Almost. Almost. So even more. Let's clean these parts up. And then I need to get ready to be primed. I'll do that later in a bit. So. There we go. Nicely cleaned up. So there really barely any mold lines. If I did, there's like a mold line this guy's leg, but it's not that bad. Let me get out of that mold line. So this other leg doesn't, yeah, like a very faint line. So let's get it off. There we go. Let's some mold line going. So let's get this guy a bit more glued together. My glue doesn't come out of the glue. Okay. So, just again. I'm gonna have to do the lighter trick and I don't want to do that on the screen. There we go. A little bit more cleanup. Here. Alright. There. There we go. What am I doing? I'm painting some red corsairs to become Night Lords. Already almost finished one. It's this one. And now I'm busy on building the second one while that one is drying. So. So. He has a nice opening. So, there we go. Now let him dry with the glue. Let's continue on with painting the cloak, because I assume the cloak's not dry. Yeah, the cloak's dry. But I don't think it's dark enough, so I think another layer of Dark Angel Red on top of it should Blood Angel Red on top of it should make it a little bit more. There we go. Now let it dry again. While it dries, I'm gonna inspect this guy. Plop him down like that. He needs what else? Let me do a check. He's gonna get 33, 34, and then 35. 35? Because it doesn't say what that gun is with the bullets coming out. It's also the other side, so yeah. It's gonna get 35, 34, and 30. 33, 34, 35. Okay. Let's see, do we have that on this sprue or on the other sprue? See here already 34. Let me cut that out. Nice flat surfaces in this guy, so I can put a lot of Night Lord iconography on there and a lot of lightning bolts and stuff like that. That's gonna be good. There's the other side of the. Oh, there's 33. It's all on the other end. That's help. That is not helpful. That's not helpful for you. Do I still have like claws in my bits box? Let me see. make it look more like claws. That looks a lot cooler. I should have, but no. Finding this power of it's going to be a little bit of a trick, so. Ah, yeah, that's right. I could always just check with other things later on. Best. Clean up the power fist a little bit. Go. Let this guy dry up a bit. Cover hand. Let's see that cloak, shall we? Still not that dry, but I think it's dry enough for me to get off of here and glue it all in. And then like this. There we go. Put on shoulder pads. Come on, stay you. There we go. Or does his whole arm need to be shifted? I think his whole arm needs to be shifted, yeah. Like that. Luckily, it's not going to be that much of an issue if I need to do it. But let me quickly go fix that. Sure, just fall down over there. I'm modeling this. Modeling what happens. There we go. There it is. So his whole arm needs to be shifted a little bit more. Okay. Okay. So it needs to be straight. Like this. Hold that against there for just a second. So now it dries. While it's drying up, I can just stand there for a second. Oh, I hate it when it does that, I like there's only one specific way for you to do it. It creates a bit of a monopose, but with like one crew of it, it's fine, If I have to build like 6 screws of this, it's gonna be a little bit of an stupidity. But I'm sure that just 10 of these guys is gonna be enough for the army. Just 10 of these guys is gonna be enough for what the project is. So let me primer this thing up a bit. This guy's armor looks a lot more bulkier, but he does have again a lot of more good flat paneling for the lightning bolt effects. The Night Lords. It does have some annoying sides to him though, this one. Like that one leg here is a little bit annoying. But hey, sure it's gonna be fine. I'm sure it's gonna be just peachy. Let me get him already a bit done. Primered. So that this guy looks nice and finished for when the other guys finally done dry. Make sure that when you prime a figurine and you still want to glue things to it, do not prime the bits that need to be glued, because or else you're gonna have a little bit of a mess. You can do it, of course, but be prepared then that you have to do some little bullshittery. There we go. The crevices. Let's go to shoe. Honestly, paint it up. I don't like it when they're animated, like they just start walking like 1 foot. I like them to both legs like completely visible, like on some of the other Night Lords I have over there, or to have like a bit more dynamic posing than just 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, because that's just a little bit weird. But as I said, this is a good figurine. I like the fact that he has a belt buckle where I can put stuff on there. Put maybe the hand logo on there. I don't know if it's big enough. But if it's not, I digress. I will just give it. And I can just make a nice belt out of it. There we go. He can now tie up while I go on. With the other ZC. Okay, the arm. The arm is also nicely dry now. So let me finally glue on this shoulder pad. Like that. There we go. That fits nicely. Just to be sure, I'm also going to put a little glue on this side so that really gets in there. And there we go. That's one shoulder pad. Let's get the other shoulder pad in before this whole thing falls apart. Then where's the other shoulder? Oh, there's the other shoulder. Okay. Glue the fur. a little bit. So to make sure that he is nicely in there. There we go. There we go. Finally. Shoulders are a little bit too big for my liking. I don't like that his shoulders are like making him look like his head. His arms are always up, but he starts to look like something. Oh. And let me just try a bit. Put him on top of the stick right here. Okay. Ooh. Let me see which shoulder pads would I like to use. So the guy with the power glove. Of course, not the shoulder pad with the logo on it. I would like to keep 2 blank shoulder pads. I think I have 2 blank shoulder pads, so I just use like 24 and 25. That's blank shoulder pad and a one with studs. It should be fine if I use a blank one and one with studs, because that makes it a little bit better. Do I test myself to put in a little bit more? A little bit more white in there. Because the crystals that get hit apparently from me cleaning. From me painting the rest of the thing. Or by me touching the rest of the figurine. So. Let's get the gold in. Okay. There we go. That looks a lot better already. And then I go over it with the very light green again in a moment. The gold is a bit better. Yeah, let's get his cloak on the other side. Prime it again. Excuse me for that. So there we go. Now I can lay on dry brush it a bit better. And that way it doesn't show up that much. There we go. We've been busy for almost an hour. When I've reached an hour, I will stop, unfortunately. But I might be back tomorrow. I'll have to see. So, there we go. Yeah, I think he's trying off for the layer of line of extremely odd green. Neon green. Where did I put the brush? Where did I put the precision brush? Ah, here. There we go. It's always a little bit harder with that. Second figure coding is always a bit better. There we go. That's okay. Make sure it's going edges. I hate it when the brush just immediately splits, like even though it's brush not all at all, I hate when it immediately splits. That financial capability to get like very expensive brushes. But this should be fine. So that should be holding up good. And let me see, the Alzheimer's clock is nicely drying up. I think this guy needs to get a little bit better dry. Then he should be finished now. So we get a little bit more working on the tank here. So I'll put like the gold already on here so that this has time to dry. So these have both have time to dry up good. And I can just work on something. There we go. Gold just shows up way better if you put a little bit of yellow under it. You can just get it to pop off without like applying like 6 layers of gold. It's really better to just have one layer and one or two layers. Having like a lot of fucking layers on there. So statues. Nice. Take that. It also shows up a little bit better if you like pre-coat yellow. It shows up a lot better right now. There we go. It looks a lot better already. So, see, it looks a lot better already. This looks now like a more gold. So the other side also in. Oh, wait for this guys to dry, and then I think I can close off the stream. for today. So there are gold apparent which is also easily hideable by a fresh layer of black paint. There we go. That should be it with that tank. Yeah, it's nicely glued up. Glued and dried up. Now, let me put a nice coating of oil on this plate. And on this guy. There we go. Make sure it's not that much on the plate. You have to see the blade. Still have an inkling of. There we go. That's good. There we go. Perfect. The shoulder pads later on painted, and I think that's actually it for today. I'll see all of you guys later. It's one day. Bye bye.